But there's one Sherpa who says his body needs no extra oxygen.
Spam buttons, spam all the buttons.
Fucking see? You see what happens?
You spam all the buttons.
Spam buttons, you get Dragon Rush.
Got a new headset. So.
Sweet, and you sound fantastic. You really, really do. So what's been going on, man?
Not a whole much. Making it through the day. Wonderful, wonderful children.
You sound tired as fuck.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, well, I didn't go to sleep till like 5 o'clock this morning.
Were you playing D&D?
Yep. It went longer than I anticipated. It normally does, but it went longer than longer this time.
What, did people not figure out how to kill things?
No, it's just
Oh, by the way, we're already recording. Chris will call in here in a while.
Okay. No, it just I had basically 3 people that had never played before.
Mm-hmm.
4 really that I had to do the sheets for. So I had, by the time I already got there, I had to spend, and I was doing it really quick, but it still takes time. I had to spend, 1, 2, 3, 4 people's worth of doing character sheets, which that took like, an hour plus and some change or more.
Ow. Is that Chris?
Yo.
Yo.
So,
So, not quite ready to record. I'm still eating,
Oh, no,
well,
go on
what
ahead.
can pass as breakfast.
Go on ahead.
he's already recording, so, you're dicked on that one.
God damn it, West.
No, well,
Alright, well, there's going to be a lot of rustling and gross sounds as I eat
just mute
cereal bars for breakfast.
You can't. There's a mute button, so you can listen to the conversation. And you don't have to be heard during the conversation.
But I want to talk! The world needs to hear what I have to say. Not really.
Well, that's debatable. Anyway, so Corey, what were you saying about character sheets, shit, people?
No, I had to spend time setting them up. I went with we did D&D Essentials or 4th Edition Essentials characters just so it would be more streamlined and quick because I didn't have enough time to go through everything else. But it turned out all right. It was me, Michelle, Sam. It was one of Michelle's like kind of friends she knew when she was growing up. He's an older guy, he's like almost 40 or whatever. But he used to play D&D, and I guess he finally accepted a friend request on Facebook or something. So he came over. He brought his son, who's like 12 or 13, and then it was Martin, guy. I don't know if Chris might remember him. I don't know. He works at a GameStop. Used to work with John.
Yeah, I remember Martin, guy with glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Martin.
He's cool. He's been playing Magic too. He had never played Magic really before. I guess maybe earlier this year. So he's been playing Magic. He's playing out at Beaufort. That's where he's going to school at since he got out of the Army. And been helping him out with that because they've been like cheating him badly. They're like, no, this enchantment goes away after you use it one turn, so my creature doesn't stay tapped.
Yeah, no, that sounds extremely wrong. Extremely wrong.
I corrected that.
Yeah, that. I'm sorry he got.
And I've been playing a lot of Borderlands too, just not on the PlayStation.
Huh? Why? What's the difference?
Why have I been playing it, or why have I not been playing on the PlayStation?
Yeah, that latter.
Cause I don't know, they had it on. I've been trying to get more games to play on my computer. Since when I'm on the computer, I don't feel like I'm holding up the entire screen that provides entertainment for everyone in the house. And Steam had it on sale for like $8 the other week. So I picked it up for $8 just so I could have it. And I've been playing through on the Gunzerker. And plus they're having that loot hunt thing right now if either one of you are doing that. So I've had an entry in that every day.
Yeah, I didn't get the didn't manage to get the creamer. I killed Midgemog a few times yesterday, and I was just like, man, fuck. Or day before yesterday, I was like, man, fuck this.
I killed him, and he dropped it. I think on a second kill, but it was like a low level one, so I just got one and banked it in case I wanted to give it to somebody else.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that works.
But
But I did get the 2 legendaries, the longbow and the handgun that does the acid. And I forget what that was called.
I had I got I should have saved it. I weren't thinking about it, but I got the Hornet. That was the first legendary, and I ended up just selling those. I weren't thinking about it. I should have kept it so I could give it to like a level 1
Okay.
or 4 or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, I'm doing mine on the commando so that they're max level.
Yeah, well, see, I don't have a max level on the computer to do that with. So, although
Yeah,
although Salvador is like level 44 or 45 now, so he's almost to 50, and I'm not even. I just made Sanctuary Fly, so
nice.
Oh, okay.
because I did the first playthrough with him, and he was like 35ish when I finished, and then I did Tiny Tina's, so I finally did all of Tiny Tina's at 35, and that took me to like 40.
Uh-huh.
I love Tiny Tina's. That shit is
awesome.
hilarious.
It's awesome.
Especially one of the very early quests with Torg. That shit is all money.
Which one?
Super exclusionary.
It sounds like you got a lot of pent up repressed anger. Why can't I like nerdy things too?
Like, just because I like geeky things, I can't take care of my body?
You don't know. When I was a kid, I got picked on for my tattoos, and I got picked on for bunkers and badasses. You're not a real geek, Torg.
Don't they ask him a bunch of
Repressed
questions
anger
during that?
much?
What?
That shit's so funny.
Normally when you come here, I would do a wicked ass guitar solo, but it's kind of serious. So I'm gonna do it quiet, like. Go get him.
Tina, put me in the game.
I think I like the MMO quest, MMO RPG FPS.
Yeah.
Where you go kill the 4 guys and they all got names above their heads like they're in like Warcraft or EverQuest or whatever. And one of or like a Call of Duty, and one of them was like noob all headshots.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other one's like something in like one of them you have to shoot in the head repeatedly. The other one you have to melee to death, and then the other one you have to teabag their corpse twice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So you have to kill them and then like crouch over their face repeatedly.
Huh. Well, that sounds.
That was
like
classy.
Yeah. No.
Also, like of course, I love the Game of Thrones quest where you just slap the shit out of Joffrey repeatedly.
Yeah. I like that the queen you get. I like that the queen you rescue is Butt Stallion, and then
Butt
at the
Stallion.
end you can feed her iridium, and she
she
shits
poops
random loot.
Yeah. Poop poop. And I know that once you beat it, I didn't look at it. I didn't go looking for it because I figured I could go back. But I know that they put a new lottery machine in Moxie's when you do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Tiny Tina's Loot Explosion, and like it has a pretty decent chance that you may be getting a legendary off of it, relatively speaking.
Yeah, you also get those Seraph shards or whatever they are.
Oh, they do it off that too.
Mhm.
Even if you haven't killed the Seraph boss, which are the
Yeah,
dragons.
that's another way to get the shards.
Which
it's
sucks
also-
though, 'cause you still have to kill a boss to be able to spend them. Because the vendors won't show up unless you've killed a boss. Well, unless they've changed it.
I don't know. I haven't touched the game in a while.
Yeah, we know your name. It's cool.
No, I've been playing Rain, Catherine, and.
You've been playing what?
Rain.
What?
Rain.
Rain again? Really?
No, not Heavy Rain. This is a new indie game.
Oh, is that the one with the 2 kids that are invisible?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where you
That
just
looked
see their
pretty-
shadows that the rain are hitting.
Yeah. It's not bad. I haven't gotten through it because it's a really soft game. Like there's this intense story going on, and if you're not paying too close attention, you'll miss
You'd
what
like
it's trying to do.
West. I don't know if it's on any of the consoles yet. I know it's on Steam or on computer. There's a game called Two Brothers. I think you'd like that. It's like an adventure slash kind of puzzle game, but it's really heavy on like the story and that. Because see what it is it's dual stick. One stick and one button controls one brother, and one stick and one button controls the other brother, so you can control them simultaneously.
I think I've heard of that game, or at least seen that mechanic used before.
And it's supposed to be really good. There's a whole bunch of like cool indie games on Steam that you can get like dirt cheap.
Oh yeah.
I'll put it this way: I've gone from having like only a handful of games on Steam to in the past month I have, God, I don't know. It looks like I have somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 30 or more, and I literally have maybe spent $25.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I mean, you can get top tier stuff, especially if you actually watch their sales. And you can get it dirt cheap, especially if you also look at their sales and do those humble bundles.
Yeah.
Like for instance, it's not a super great deal, but it's cheap. Deadpool's on sale today for $20 when it's normally $40.
Yeah, it was on sale, or it's on sale on the PlayStation Network, I think, right now as well.
Yeah.
But no.
Oh, and all the
picked up-
Batman games are on sale. Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, 75% off. So they're $5 and $7.50.
I beat the shit out
each.
of all of them.
Yeah, I got super excited because the PSN had a sell on Capcom stuff for Capcom's anniversary. I was like, fuck yes, I can finally get all my old Resident Evil games that I lost back and actually be able
Resident
to play
Evil
them.
5 and above.
Yeah.
Suck off.
Yeah, I got a. Actually, I don't even think Resident Evil 5's part of that sale. Like,
Well,
I think
5
the only two they had were like Operation Raccoon City and like one of the other Operation games or whatever the fuck it was.
Resident
Hold
Evil
on just a
6.
second. I have
Like,
to go.
literally
get a
none of
small
them
child.
were.
Yeah, no, go for it. Just mute yourself, Dick.
Hey, West.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that his mic's like super sensitive and picking up like ambient noise or whatever, but I can barely hear you.
Really?
So you may want to take this time if you haven't already and like replay back the audio and make sure it's coming through okay.
Yeah. Give me 1 minute. So, yay! That all happened.
Yeah, I love how computers do that shit. Like, oh, you wanted to use this port? Oh, that's why something was plugged in there. Our bad.
So apparently you can hear me now, which I guess is a good thing. No, anyway, so yeah, I've been playing Rain, which when I bought it, I played it for a day. I haven't picked it back up because that game's went by really quick. I think I beat half of it in like 2 hours. I mean, that's what you get out of an indie game. But I picked up Catherine because it was on sale. And
I wanted to play that. That looked pretty cool.
Dude, that game's not bad. And that story's kind of... It makes a really good movie. Like, your atypical chick flick...
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it like
story.
plays out like you're watching a movie, kinda.
Yeah, it does. And I wanted to try out the puzzle factor because I played the demo of it, and yeah, the puzzles seem pretty cool. But so far, it's just like, oh my shit situations. I think it's a game more built towards the late 20s, early 30s, and up age group because they can relate better.
Yeah.
Than a
Which game is
teenager.
that?
Catherine.
What?
Catherine.
Hello.
Chris.
Catherine. Oh, yeah. Where the guy thinks about cheating, etc.
Oh yeah, no. Well, he does
Yeah,
so
it's done
far.
like anime style.
Yeah. He does, but it's an interesting way to play a game, and at that a puzzle game because you're playing the puzzle to watch more of the movie, and that's the. So as long as the movie's not boring, you want to beat the puzzles to get to the next part. And the puzzles, like, it goes from training mode, this is slightly difficult, to, hey, by the way, we're going to make this stupid hard on you really quick.
Or you could just YouTube the cinematic parts and skip that.
Yeah, but Yeah.
Come on, Chris. You can't take the fun out of everything.
Yeah, you can.
You
Because
can't,
but
there's
hey.
no fun to be had.
he is the
Hey,
killer of funniness.
Now that Corey's back, I'm going to interrupt with a couple of things because I don't want to forget to tell him later. I got Harrison a banging ass book for his birthday, but it's actually kind of a book for you too.
Oh Lord.
So, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to spoil the surprise. I want you to open it and look at it and like laugh at it as much as I did. I found it in the huge bookstore here when I was there picking up like class books.
It's
And I was
called
just like,
Stop
what?
Touching Your
Whoa,
Son.
what is this? What? They make a kid's book for this? And I opened it and read it, and it was hilarious, and I liked it. So I was like, yeah, Chris needs this because I don't have a kid, so it would be kind of silly for
I
me
got
to
something
have.
I want y'all to check out. If I can scrounge up the money, I think about getting a couple of these and distributing them. Because well, it might not be Christmas because well, so far behind they're so successful. Type in wormwoodgaming.com. Worm spelled with a Y.
Okay.
And it'll be the first thing that pops up. And these people do handcrafted wood things. They are artisans. And check out what the Kickstarter is they're doing. And also what their main product is.
Okay. Well, go on. Talk.
Are those dice? Is that a dice
those are
box?
handcrafted dice boxes sealed by magnets. They're classy. They're high quality stuff.
Oh, but while we're on D&D, because that was the other thing I wanted to tell you.
And they actually make magic cases too.
That was the other thing I wanted to tell you. They have fixed D&D. The last public beta for D&D Next, man, it's looking pretty solid, and
I got
it looks
but
like it.
I didn't use it yet because like I kept feeling like it was missing something. Like I didn't.
Oh,
Have
yeah,
enough
it's not-
of it.
Yeah, I feel like there's still some gaps they need to fill in with it, like especially where, like if you're trying to make a character using it, it gets super hella confusing because the information's spread out into like 14 different PDFs.
Yeah, because they didn't just recap everything.
But as
And
far
I know
as,
I missed
like-
a PDF or two.
Yeah, and then some of them are like, you can tell they've printed paragraphs twice that they didn't need to. Like there's a fighter thing that tells you it gets better at level 17, and then there's a separate paragraph that tells you what the ability does at level 17, like it's a separate ability, and you're like, wait a minute, I just read this. So I mean, it's not by any means final, but it's like I think it's the last one they're putting out in the public.
It is. Yeah, they're going into private testing now.
But assuming they don't horribly
So
bot,
that means now they're going to fuck it all up if it was good.
I don't know, man. I think they've got it to where now it's like.
You're like a battered wife. Just admit it. You know what's going to happen.
Well, no, I mean, like, D&D 4.0 got better from the playtest, or what I could tell anyway. It got better from that to the final product, so I'm hoping they do the same thing with Next, but it actually, I think it does fairly well a very good walking of the line between the ease of 4.0 and the ability to customize of 3.5.
You just want to break shit
and
all
also-
over again.
I also think they managed to fix like the the garbage classes, the barbarian, the paladin, the ranger, the bard, like the classes that people only played so that they could say
If
that
you're
they
West.
were that class, so that they could role play, because they were otherwise pretty much like 99.9% garbage compared to like the other characters as far as being effective. They fixed those. I like that they've now you know the thing that you used to hate, or not that you used to hate, but you used to hate it because it allowed for like really broken things in the game, the feats.
Yeah.
Feats are entirely optional now. The DM doesn't have to allow feats. The way feats work in D&D Next is your character on your class chart, it tells you how often you get ability score increases. And you can either do +2 to one stat or +1 to two different stats. Or if your DM allows it, you can take feats. But if your DM doesn't allow feats in the game, you don't have to allow people to even take feats. They can just pump up their primary stat really high. And that does for someone who's not good at picking out feats and stuff, like an entry level character, that's good for them, because if they're like a sorcerer or whatever, they can just pump up charisma every time they get it, and they can just do more damage, and it doesn't make them that much less effective than if you allowed them access to feats and they went and chose a bunch of like feats that they wanted to
More
use.
better at everything.
And plus, like that, you're sacrificing, like as a fighter, you're sacrificing more raw damage output by not choosing to get strength in exchange for like strategy effect stuff that you would get from the feats. And the feats aren't broken things like power attack that let you do
I know
ridiculous.
it's all like added effects on stuff like
Yeah.
trips and pushes and shit like that, isn't it? A lot
Yeah,
of
and they still they kept alertness in because I think that was like a pet favorite feat for people, and it gives you like +5 initiative and like advantage checks on like listen, search, and spot or whatever. But yeah,
that's what I did last night. When I was making those characters, and I was going through them, and I was like, shit. I was like, I forgot to tell everybody to look for their feats. Oh well, we're too slow. Everybody gets improved initiative. Let's go.
you don't get a choice; you get improved initiative.
I was
Hey,
like,
if
because
Party has improved initiative. That's pretty badass because you can end up in situations where everybody goes first.
improved initiative, I mean, is one of those feats that everybody should eventually have it. Period. I mean, it's just so damn good that there's no reason not to take it.
Yeah, the only
You might take it a little bit later or whatever, depending on what you want to prioritize. But it's always going to be on your list somewhere.
Yeah, the only the only type of character I could see not wanting to take improved initiative is either A, someone who strategizes based on going last, which is rare, although I've seen people
Well, see, it
build
doesn't matter because you can still delay your turn. Then you have the option to delay your turn where you want it.
That's fair, but you could still like you wouldn't need improved initiative then. But and people that have ridiculous high decks, I mean you might like place improved initiative way down on your priority list if you have like a 20 deck score or some shit.
Nah, because then it's even better. Because then when you roll, you get that 28 to initiative, so you know you're going first.
Oh yeah, fair enough. But those are the things I wanted to harp about, and also that I'm ridiculously excited for the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who.
Day of the Doctor.
Yep.
You see John Hurt. I'm mostly excited to see Tennant back up there as well.
Yep. I was like, I knew they'd bring back the fact that there was that extra Tennant Doctor out there. I knew that would come back into play.
Oh, did you hear that thing about they recovered some of the original episodes that were previously?
Yeah, it was like a lost episode.
Yeah,
I think it was like
Libya
2 or
or some
3 or something like that. 2 or 3 of the episodes.
I think they found like 6 episodes in total, but they found that there were 2 or 3 episodes that helped them fill out like a mini-series type deal.
Yeah.
So they've managed to complete two different series that they didn't have like all the episodes to.
Yeah.
Or 2 like little storylines. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's if my information is correct, and I don't feel like googling it, a lot of the original first like couple of series were lost because of a fucking fire.
Yeah.
And like it was just like, well, so we're gonna start in season 7, and well, what about 1 through 6? Yeah, gone.
I don't think it was like that
No.
many that got lost in a fire, but it was enough. I mean, it was a lot of them.
Yeah, and they
I think
were
it
on
was.
that.
I know
old-
it was just like in the first or the second or first and second Doctors that lost some of their episodes.
And it was on that old film style that's highly flammable.
Yeah.
I forget what
Well,
that shit's called.
any kind of film, while maybe not flammable, burns up pretty easy. It's
Well,
not-
yeah.
That's why Hollywood stores so many of its film backups in there's like this huge salt mine that they have out in, I forget which state has it, but it's like huge underground like warehouses where they've carved out all this salt. But the temperature down there is ideal for storing shit like that. So there's like huge vaults and vaults of like films, movies, television shows that were shot on film that they have like stored down there because it's like the safest place for it.
Sounds like
It's-
Adventure Time!
Incredibly dry.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, Corey, let me ask you this, because something happened yesterday that I can't find an answer for on the internet. So I somehow I managed to brick a PS3 controller. Have any idea on how that's possible?
How would you know it's bricked? There's no visual representation of the fact that it's bricked.
Well,
You sure the battery just didn't finally go dead on it?
Well, here's the thing: is I was using the controller the night before. The next morning when I woke up, no connection to, unable to receive or see any power.
So it won't turn on at all. It won't just not connect.
So
to
the little
No.
little LED lights aren't registering that you've got
No.
it plugged in, is what you're saying? Like when you plug it in,
Yeah.
they don't blink to show that it's
Nothing.
charging?
Nothing. It is absolutely nothing. It won't, even with it plugged in, it doesn't see that as possible power.
It might be your battery just finally tanked, don't you?
Yeah, how old is it?
No idea. I might be my newer one.
Well, there's good news. I mean, you got two options. A, you can buy a new controller. B, if you want to, you can buy a battery and replace it. It's
Well,
not hard to replace. I did it. They're like $6.
Oh yeah, no, the battery thing is what I was gonna do, but most of the time, like I've seen the battery replacement videos, and they show that no, this controller, yeah, it has power, but it only lasts like an hour, so that's why they replace it. I have never seen any controller that's just like, no, this shit's dead all the time.
Well, it might have happened. You never know. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, look at it this way: you can spend $6 and plug the battery in, and it'll either work or it won't. And
Well,
if it
right.
doesn't work, you know the controller's fried.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and what you could do is you could plan it financially to be the same. You could either plan on buying a brand new controller, or you can plan on buying a battery, and if the battery doesn't work, buying a used controller. That way you don't spend like more money.
Oh well, I've got my backup Arkham City controller, but the idea that like I went to bed and it was working, and when I woke up the next morning it wasn't, like fucking blew my mind.
Yeah, that is a little weird. Like usually when batteries die, there's like there's usually like a decline. Like as it's like they're like people. They get feebler and feebler in their old age.
Yeah, no, this
Yeah, my
this thing
my
was more
original
like
that
getting
I
hit
had
by
for
a
mine
truck.
gradually got to the point where after they've been on for like an hour or less, they'll start blinking battery, and they'll probably last maybe another hour blinking, and then they're done.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell that my battery length on one of them was going down. Honestly, I don't know which one that was, but it was very abrupt, just ridiculously abrupt.
Yeah, that is a little strange, but I'm with Chris. I think it sounds like a battery issue. I mean, I don't, unless you like threw it across the room or spilled beer on it or something. I don't see any other reason for it to just flat out
And
die
you may have
like
gotten, blackout drunk. So
No, I remember because I was playing poker that night. The new Poker Night 2.
yeah,
That game's hilarious. Like it.
is it 2 or 1 where you get the heads for like Borderlands?
I think it's 2.
Yeah, I've been unlocking some of the heads. I've got Sam's head and shit,
You can get like Brock and all kinds of stuff, can't you?
something like that. Yeah,
From
Venture
from,
Brothers.
yeah.
Brock Sampson.
Oh no, he is hilarious. Because he's just sitting there and he's like, I'm gonna fucking raise! What? Oh, it's the game.
Was it Richard Warburton that does his voice?
It sounds like him. The guy who played the Tick, right?
Patrick Warburton.
Patrick Warburton, yeah.
Yeah, that
dude.
guy.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not positive.
Yeah, Google is in front of us and all of us are just like,
I'm
Where's
looking.
the skill in that?
But no, the game is really good, but they have this nice
Yeah,
upgrade
it's
thing.
Patrick Warburton that does Brock Sampson. I don't know if he does it in the game, but
No, it sounds like him. But they've got these nice little upgrades, so you can unlock like new felts and new decks and new chips. But if you pair them all up, so like there's a Borderlands one, if you pair it all up, it changes the entire environment. And when someone gets knocked out, at that point, like it's they do something ridiculous. In Borderlands case, it's Steve is with Claptrap, and if you knock out Claptrap, he's like, I know what you got to do. Do it. Just do it, Steve. It's okay. And Steve reaches behind like the Moxie sign, pulls out a bazooka, and blows him away. Amazing.
I did hear that some people, and everybody thinks this. I even think it, especially when I play like Duel of the Planeswalkers, that the computer cheats.
Oh, yeah.
Like it seems sometimes like no matter what you have, the computer always has exactly the right hand they need.
Yeah.
To beat what you've got.
Yeah.
Just,
well,
just
then
like
again,
just like in Duel of the Planeswalkers. I've played that so many times, and I'm just like, yeah. I was like, I totally got this person, and then they'll draw the literally absolute only card in the entire deck
that you've
can
never
do
seen
something.
before.
And I'm just like, are you shitting me? Really? How many times are you going to board wipe me right as soon as I get my? How many times? How many times is that going to happen? You stupid
Computer, I hate you. Well, in the poker night, the dealer is the computer from Portal 2.
GLaDOS.
Yes, GLaDOS. So I would buy that as the computer's trying to defeat you. The load time on the game just sucks, though. That's about the only thing that I don't like about it. Because it freezes and it's twitchy and shit, but it's made by Telltale, so... Dude?
They got a. Have you seen their series out? It's a Fable series.
No.
The Wolves.
No, I have not. Have they released
Well, it's on computer already.
Okay.
I think I don't know if it's on console. It's called The Wolf Among Us, and it's set in the Fables universe, from the Fables comic book, which is awesome. Fables is like one of the best comics I've ever read.
I'm just waiting on oh fuck. What's popular zombie show at the moment?
Walking Dead.
Yeah, the Walking Dead episode 2.
Oh yeah, that's tonight, I think.
Well, no, from Telltale. Game-wise.
Oh, okay.
Like, have you guys
Yeah,
played?
because they're going to do season 2 of that.
Yeah.
They've already done episode 2 and all that stuff.
Well, yeah.
They've done the bridge. The 400 days or whatever it is.
400 days is awesome. Have you guys played it at all?
I haven't played either one of them, but I've read so much stuff about it. I kind of know bits and pieces of what can happen.
Well, yeah, it's hands down. I feel it's like an excellent way to tell a story, and I think Walking Dead lends itself to be that kind of a game. It could lend itself to be other types, but it just works out really well for the fact it's decision making and shit. But with the 400 days episodes that they added on is to show that there's possibly a new set of characters, so you're not tied into the old set. Because, well, I mean, it's Walking Dead, so people die. Like, when that game starts, you're just like, hey, there's this cool person. Oh, you died. Shit. And that's kind of how the game unfolds. And then some people who haven't died yet, it's possible that it could be a following of them, and it be like a kind of pass the story between these people. But with 400 days, it's
I did read
5 or 6 people.
A couple reviews too about comparing that to the new one, The Wolf Among Us or whatever. That they said they thought The Wolf Among Us first episode starts off kind of slow because it's setting up a whole lot of things.
Yep.
And they said so far The Wolf Among Us they think will have a better story, but it doesn't have as many like what Walking Dead gets by on is the fact that it's constantly making you make life or death, gut wrenching type decisions.
Well, and it puts you in a series of decisions.
Not as heavy on like the subtlety of a lot of the story parts.
Yeah, it puts you in a lot of decisions where, like, even though you've got a left or a right decision, they're both bad decisions.
Right.
Because if you do this one thing, the cause of this affects this, and you can't, like, there's no way to save both people, and you're just like, fuck. Why? What did I do wrong? And then you're stuck in another situation that's already shitty, and it's like, well, I could kill him or you can kill him. And neither one of us want to do this. And if you have any little bit of like a connectable soul, you're just like, I don't want to be in this situation. Fuck. All right, I'll do it.
Walk you didn't want to kill Clementine?
See,
Actually,
and
Clementine
that's the
doesn't
type
die.
of game I like, because I'm like, ooh, who do I want to die the most?
Well, but that's just it. It isn't about who do you want to die the most. It's just bad shit happens, and then, like, let's say someone gets bit, and it's someone's wife or child or something like that. You could have the
West, I'm gonna go ahead and stop you right there.
Huh?
No remorse in the zombie apocalypse, West. No remorse.
Well, yeah, but
Should have kept up your calisthenics.
But you've got to watch this person's
West,
hey, no, shut the fuck up. You've got to watch this person's love turn into a zombie, and you're standing beside him, and it's like, I could shoot him or you could shoot him. what is the right decision? It's like, just fuck. You know?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, no. If we were in the zombie apocalypse and you or your significant other got bit, I would shoot whoever got bit. And then if the other person started being a whiny little bitch and slowing me down, I'd shoot them too. No remorse in the zombie apocalypse, West. No remorse. I'd shame that shit from season 2 where he goes out to get the meds for Carl and
Shoots the fat guy.
He's like, "Yep,
Shoots
I'm
the guy from
kneecapping you.
Constantine.
I'm kneecapping you so I can live." No remorse in the zombie apocalypse, West. No remorse.
I'll just work on making sure I can run faster than your ass.
I just love how obvious
society
it was that he did that, though, because I was like, man, that's the most telegraphed thing ever, because he comes back and nobody wonders why he's all of a sudden gotten quiet and decided to shave his head all dramatically in the middle of the night. That doesn't speak to, someone having an issue at all. He might not have done something he regrets.
I don't think he has an issue. When society no longer exists, you don't have to play by society's rules anymore.
And then you get killed by your best friend when you try to be a douche and off him.
Yeah, but see, that's because he was being sentimental. In society's rules, it says you have to have a woman and settle down. And because he was all after Rick's woman, it got him killed. See, if he had been like, nah, fuck bitches, get survival supplies, he'd have been okay.
He just considered Poontang a survival supply. I mean,
I would have said money, but money doesn't really apply in the zombie apocalypse. So it's fuck bitches, get survival supplies.
I would say
not necessarily in that order.
pussy might matter.
I already made that comment, so.
Disregard females acquire ammo.
That should be your shirt.
I had the disregard females acquire currency shirt for a while.
Nah, ammo's better. Of course,
you
of course
could thug
nowadays
it up.
if they don't know this, you need to have a picture of a zombie on it, or else they'll think you're just for the Second Amendment.
Is your redneck coming out, Chris? Is it?
Huh?
Is your redneck coming out? Is it? You lived in the South for a really long time.
I've got zero redneck in me, but I ain't about to let other people get me killed if there's a zombie apocalypse. That's not redneck. That's just common fucking sense.
Let me ask you this. So you've been in Portland for a while. Have you had any of your southernness creep out on accident? And one of those moments where you're just
the
like,
only place that ever really creeps out though is food. Like you go to a place and you're like, oh, this place has coleslaw, and then you eat it and you're like, the fuck is this? This isn't coleslaw. Like this shit feels healthy. Like no, coleslaw's supposed to be like diabetes inducing. What? Potato salad? What the hell? Where's the mustard in this bitch? Like, yeah, no, you're like, man, this is fake food. I could probably start a southern food cart here and make a killing if I felt so inclined.
Because they're not inclined to having the fatty home cooking type stuff.
Well, no, there just aren't that many people here that make it. There are actually a couple of food carts I've seen that specialize in making southern style food, and there's even a restaurant here called Pine State Biscuits where people from North Carolina, I think, started it.
Oh, okay.
It's either North or South Carolina, but I think it's North Carolina. They started a little restaurant, and they're wildly popular because it's not food that's really common around here.
No, you just. Oh wait, have you given your girlfriend a cheese biscuit yet? Like a proper cheese biscuit?
We've tried to make them, but it's just not, it's not the same.
I totally had one of those earlier this week for breakfast, and that went a while, and it's so delicious.
It really is, and then your body it pours the sweat and oil from all that cheddar, and you're just like, ah.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
You shut up, Wes. That's the glisten of a champion. That's
right.
That's the glisten of winning.
The glisten.
It's to make you like a newborn baby again. That's how they make Johnson's baby oil, by the way.
Oh God, that's so disturbing.
Eat this, fat man.
Sweat, baby, sweat. Have a cheese biscuit and sweat.
And we wonder why we have an obesity problem. Oh,
problem?
No, I've not found a single place here that makes cheese biscuits like that, and it's sad.
Here's a better question, and I'm not sure how they are nationally. Do they have Bojangles there?
No.
Oh, you sad bastard.
Well, Bojangles is mostly in the
Well, I know, but I didn't know
South.
how sporadic it was as far as where it goes.
And no, past the Mason-Dixon line, the rest of the world is
Do you
fucked.
even know where the Mason-Dixon line is, West?
Oh.
You full of shit bastard.
Roughly. No, I looked up Bojangles locations, and
It said,
all...
sorry, we don't have any past the Mason-Dixon line. That's what they said on their map.
Yes, yes, that is exactly what they said.
As far as you know, that could be like the Pitt County line.
And Florida opted out.
Jesus Christ.
It hurts my soul a little bit.
What, that you can't get Bojangles?
You know what, as another
no.
exciting to do, you know what they're building beside McDonald's in Washington? Zaxby's, what up?
Huh.
That's
Whatever
just
gets
Washington.
salads are fucking delicious.
Salads.
Yes. There's amazing.
You know, you could probably accomplish that exact same thing by going to KFC, buying a bowl, and buying some salad mix at the grocery store and just dump.
Yes, you could, except KFC is the restaurant of the rich man. So, like, you
Or-
get 3 tenders there, and it's like $13.75, and they're
Or-
not very good.
Well, or you could go to Bojangles and then
I
remind
do that. Bojangles has a bitchin' ass salad for your information for $5.
I don't doubt that. The idea of you eating salad, that
I love
bewilders me.
salads.
I don't think I've ever seen you eat a salad in my life.
That's odd because I love salad. Chris can attest to that.
Yeah, no, I've seen him eat plenty of salads.
I've seen more of the like Wendy's chili, which I don't fully understand why. For whatever reason, when it comes to like semi-cold weather, it's like I want that. It tastes bad. It looks bad. It looks like
Wendy's chili is one of them 50-50 propositions. When you get it sometimes, it's like fucking perfect. You're like, man, this is some good ass shit. And then sometimes you get it, and it is the nastiest crud on the planet. So you roll the dice every time you get it. Truly, you do.
True, but you look at it, and the part that is consistent is it looks like bloody diarrhea in a cup.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, well,
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what all chili is. That's like the definition of chili. Edible
You know-
diarrhea in a cup.
You know what I've started eating? Like, I keep it around the house for, like, you know, when we don't want to go out and want to eat cheap or whatever.
Keebler elves.
It's actually that Wolf brand chili. Have you ever seen the advertisement for it in, like, magazines or anything?
Not that I know of, no.
It's on the tiny chili section like they have in Walmart, you know, beside like the Campbell's Firehouse chili or whatever it is. Which the Campbell's like Firehouse chili and stuff is infinitely superior. However, the Wolf brand chili has it in one category, which is the fact that it's 99 cents for a can of it as opposed to $1.50.
Oh, fuck.
So for, you know, every 2 of those I buy, it's like getting 1 free compared to the Campbell's chili. and you buy a can of that and, like, you know, a package of like saltines or whatever, and that's a meal, sir. Delicious.
Yeah.
Especially since Wendy's is a bunch of bitches and they've raised the chili price like 38 times over the last decade.
Yeah, didn't it start off at like 99 cents?
Yeah, the small
and then
chili.
$1.50
was
for a
they don't even
large.
have their 99-cent menu isn't even 99 cents anymore. There's like 4 items on their 99 cent, and then it ranges from like there to like $1.50. And I'm like,
And they,
what?
they have seasonal 99-cent items.
Do they? I don't know.
Well,
I don't go there so much.
Every once in a while, you'll see it pop up. It's like a Monterey chicken sandwich or
Oh, yeah, that's
Monterey
bad.
Ranch or something like that. But
Yeah.
it's a chicken sandwich, and instead of mayo, they use ranch dressing, and they
Yeah.
add
No, thank
they
you.
give you a piece of cheese, and it's like, yay! And then it's up
That's
there,
gotcha.
and then it's gone, and then it's up
Ugh.
there, and then it's gone.
Yeah, I kind of...
The
I
McRib
hate-
pack, speaking of seasonal
Oh,
items.
fuck that thing.
I hate seasonal items, man. I won't... Like,
Shamrock
unless,
Shake,
unless
bitch.
there's a... Unless there's a reason that it's seasonal. If you're making that shit out of some, like, fresh fruits and vegetables that you just can't get year-round...
You just being a pissy
Man.
bitch with your pumpkin spice lattes, you little homo.
I fucking hate... No, I hate pumpkin spice. But I do like vanilla spice shit at Starbucks.
No.
and
Like
what
Christmas.
why the fuck is vanilla seasonal? You can get vanilla year fucking round, man.
Just
and
go
it's
find
not,
a white person.
It's not exactly as though vanilla's like the flavor of like Easter. I mean, like what? You don't eat just vanilla ice cream like 1 month a year. What the fuck is that? That's stupid. It's stupid. And actually, pumpkin spice, you're not even probably making that shit out of anything that requires real pumpkins anyway, so that shit should be year-round too for the weirdies that want to drink it in, like, May.
Well, it doesn't have any pumpkin. It's just spice.
I mean, the
legitimately
mick
is
is
just
probably
spice.
not even made out of real pig to begin with, or real whatever the fuck it is. It's like pressed meat parts into the shape of ribs. So why the fuck
Meat
is that
parts.
shit? Why the fuck is that shit not year-round? I don't get it.
Oh, random side thought. Having a conversation with somebody. I want to see if you guys agree with this. Would you guys say that maple syrup is the vegetarian bacon?
Is
the
maple
what?
syrup better than bacon? Is that
No,
what you're
no,
saying?
it's the vegetarian version of bacon.
something robot voice bacon.
Would you say that maple syrup is the vegetarian substitute of, or a vegetarian equivalent of bacon?
No.
No.
No,
Bacon's
not at all.
meat. No.
Because they don't even, like, the tastes aren't analogous.
Well,
I mean,
no,
they're
I'm
not really...
looking more at the crack factor.
Well, I mean, like, okay, I'm a vegetarian. I would have bacon on this sandwich, but I don't eat meat, so I would put syrup on it? No. Yeah, no, I don't...
Why not?
I don't think that's... Because it's not the same flavor. I mean, if I ordered a pizza with bacon, I wouldn't all of a sudden just put syrup on it. That would be disgusting. That doesn't even remotely taste the same. Now, however, maple syrup and bacon, when put together, are fucking awesome. I know, because the donuts here, the maple bacon bars, they're my shit. And they're fucking delicious, and
Now,
I could eat like a dozen of them at a time and
what if
have
you add
explosive
chocolate
diarrhea
to
for
that?
like 4 days. But
What if you
Yeah.
add chocolate to that?
I mean, they sell chocolate covered bacon here at
No,
like
no,
the candy stop.
chocolate and maple bacon.
I don't know, man. Like maple and chocolate together, I think that might be too sweet.
I'll eat it with bacon and stuff. You know, like that extra drizzle that falls off your pancake onto your eggs and
Oh,
your
yeah.
bacon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yes.
But I've never been one to be like, man, I wonder what I can put, maple syrup on extra. But what is good on everything is bacon. I know that because they even put it on ice cream at Denny's
and it
and
works.
other places.
Well, yeah, that was the idea of like pretty much the maple
Baconalia.
bacon here.
I love the
It's
fact that
maple
there's something
donut.
called Baconalia. I just want to say that. The fact that Denny's,
Yeah.
the world's cheapest American restaurant, is borrowing something from ancient Roman culture. Baconalia.
It's like Saturnalia, but better and a little bit less pagan.
Just a little bit.
But yeah, I mean that's the idea of the maple bacon bar. All they did was take a maple bar donut, which already existed, and throw a thick cut piece of apple with smoked
What the
bacon.
hell is a maple bar donut?
It's like it's like one of the longer rectangular shaped donuts, but instead of being like glazed,
What is
it
a
has-
rectangular shaped donut?
Okay, dude, go to voodoodonuts.com.
it's a pastry, much like a donut made out of the same type of
Then
shit.
it's not a goddamn donut, is it, asshole, if it's not round with a hole in the middle?
I'm trying to put it in simple to understand terms. God damn it! It's a
Listen
pastry.
here.
It's-
Don't you dismiss Krispy Kreme that way, okay?
It's a pastry. It's about like 6 or 7 inches long, maybe about 1.5 2 inches wide, and it has a layer
Like my
on top.
dick.
It has a layer on top of like maple flavored glaze.
Glaze.
Like you've seen the ones that have like the chocolate stuff on top like that.
Yeah, they're called
But it's
something. What
not-
are they called though? They're called bear claws or some shit.
Yeah, some shit like that. But it's the same. It's the same principle. It's like a pastry with maple on top, and they're all over the donut shops here. I don't know that I ever recalled seeing them when I lived back home, but they're all over the place out here. Well, Voodoo Donuts sells those, but they put a piece of bacon on top, and
Haven't they
it
been on
ma-
like TV Network or Food Network or some shit?
yeah,
I thought so. Or like Divers Driving Dives or
I think they've been on like multiple shows like that on Food Network and shit and Travel Channel. But they took a donut that to me is like, it's all right. Maple bars are decent, and it makes it like the best fucking thing on planet Earth. Like that piece of bacon, like the way it combines with that maple. Oh my god, it is delicious. It is like it's like Antonio Banderas having sex on your tongue. It's that delicious.
You'll misbehave?
Yeah, my tongue really did misbehave, and I need that.
I must be punished.
It's fucking delicious. And with me trying not to eat as much meat, and phasing that out, it kind of sucks because I really don't want to give up the maple bacon bar.
Are you like trying to become like a vegan, or just trying to? Like, is there a purpose behind this? Have you discovered you have like meat diabetes? Meat beaties. Meat beaties. Sounds like a sex game.
Meat beaties.
At risk of
Wait, how does that sex game work?
myself. I don't know, and I don't want to know, West.
I do. I want to
at
know if
risk-
this is possible, and I want to try. Let me try.
At risk of opening myself up to much verbal beratement, I'm trying to eventually not eat meat. Not necessarily go vegan because I don't
Just
think
looking for the reason behind it. That's all.
Well,
I don't
why don't
think
you
it
go-
would be possible for me to give up milk and eggs and cheese because
Well, why don't
those
you
things
go-
are just they're too good.
Why don't you
and
go
they're
for
like staples of a
pescatarian?
lot of things I eat. But as far as the meat goes, I'm trying to give up eating meat because I've reached a point where I
I don't
can't
eat anything that has a face.
I can't do it ethically anymore.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, why don't you go pescatarian?
I don't like fish, so I mean,
I swear to God, I thought he said pescatarian. I was like, is that where you just eat cockroaches? Rats? Animals that you can kill as pests?
Yeah, sure. I mean, most
Protein.
fish are rats of the sea. Like, let's face it, the blue whale, the
Jacques
shark.
Cousteau be so proud of you.
Yeah, so.
Ah, let us go to the Pacific Ocean and visit the immortal rats of the sea. The rats of the sea dance.
are those like popcorn shrimp? Like what is the rat?
Those
of
are the
sea?
lice of the sea.
I guess tuna would be... No, tuna would probably be the deer of the sea, because those things just fucking keep showing up. You would look at
And
shrimp,
run into boats, you know.
shrimp, lobster, all that would be under the insect area.
They have a name, Wes. It's called crustaceans.
Fuck them. I reject that name.
I love lobster.
It's all about the mantis shrimp, the most badass creature in the sea.
Well, I don't know. Tuna would be dog. Maybe they'd be rat, because they're just pointless and in the way. That's why we keep catching them. Right?
And because people love their deliciousness. I don't
Oh,
you know.
well, yeah.
Because they desire to eat their flesh. Could be a reason.
Nah. That sounds cannibalistic
I
or
don't,
something.
I don't think that I would ever give up eating meat. Not, and mostly because I really have no ethics when it comes to animals.
No, same
Like
here.
that anyway. Maybe I should, but
Fuck that.
you know, whatever. But I probably could. I mean, because I eat meat, but it's not like I'm not one of those people that like craves it. Like I gots to have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
Well, that's where I am too. I don't eat it a whole lot to begin with, and it's not just like the ethical thing. That's probably the biggest reason, but the other reason is just like it's environmentally stupid. The amount of food that we feed things that become our food could feed more people than the meat does. It's like taking, enough corn to feed like 700 people and then raising like 3 cows that can feed like 20 people. It's just like it's not an effective. It's not an effective allocation of resources for one, and two, like the meat industry's ridiculously environmentally unfriendly. And for what? I mean, we don't need it. We can get protein. We can actually get better proteins from other foods if we know what we're doing.
yeah, but it tastes really good.
You're never. That's just not a line of thinking you're going to get the majority of human beings on the planet to buy. Because meat, it's in our blood to
Kill things.
to sup, dine on the flesh of others.
That said, no, like in the past year, I haven't really had beef. I think maybe about 10 times between hamburgers, tacos, and something else, but that's about it. Most of the shit that I eat is either bird or fish.
Poultry. Poultry is the word you're looking for.
Yes, poultry. I'm sorry, I can't get all my words together today. Fuck you.
We're used to it. It's okay.
But it honestly, it just kind of happened. I just didn't go seek it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I eat it more than I think about because it's just such a casual thing. But what I'm saying is, there's never a time where I'm like, hey, you know what? I got to have me a steak. Oh, I mean, there are times where I'm like, man, I wouldn't mind having a really good steak, but it's not often, and it wouldn't kill me if it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Very often at all. I mostly, if I had to look at what I eat when I go choose things, I eat chicken. I mean, chicken is my go-to.
Same here. Chicken is ridiculously easy to do something with.
Well, that didn't give me nearly as much verbal beratement as I thought it would.
No, I mean, well, a lot of the people that I hang out with now are vegetarians or pescatarians.
P.S. By the way, Wes, you're not helping this cause by saying the people you hang out with now do the same thing.
Well, I just keep running into these people, and I live in freaking right next to Raleigh and Chapel Hill and like crazy people areas. So I continuously run into these people, and as an overall, like, I've got no problem with someone making that decision, but the thing that I do have a problem with is when they start freaking out
on what you're eating.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can like and have your belief. It is a belief system.
Well, I mean,
don't get me wrong. There's
it's not even really a belief system for me. It's a matter of cold hard logic.
Well,
but I'm not gonna flip out on somebody for eating it because that's how they've cultured themselves. I mean, they're not going to think about it.
When I say
it's a thing that you have to think about and do yourself. I mean, it's like watching somebody smoke cigarettes. I mean, you can't like stop and be like, hey, that's unhealthy as fuck and it affects other people and that it's just a complete utter waste of your fucking money, right? They're just gonna look at you and be like, I don't care. You can't tell me what to do. And it only encourages them to do it more. They're like, I'm gonna smoke 3 more just because you said something.
Why did you go Southern with that?
Well, because I equate Southernness with ignorance. Sorry, it's just this is a natural thing for me, I guess.
Of course, the ironic thing is it's not even the southern part of it, really. I mean, it is, but it isn't, because like I would be wagering a guess if you went somewhere like
Europe.
I'm just gonna say New York. No, I'm gonna say New York. The quintessential thing you think of as northern.
Yeah.
I would argue that they have like the same views, but they just couch it in a different type of attitude.
Oh yeah.
Like Southern, it's like the good old boy attitude. New York is like, fuck you, I'm entitled, and this is what I'm going to do.
Self-importance. No, I don't disagree with you. But that said, no, like I hang around a lot of these people, and when I say that it's a belief structure, yes, there is facts behind it. But as an overall, it's really your belief on your morality on whether or not you're doing it. And I mean,
doing it.
I don't know. I believe Sam Harris when he says that once you can prove something is scientifically unethical, that it's just bad all around. You don't need morals to tell you something's bad. Like science can usurp morals. Science can become morals once you have enough evidence for it. Like
number one,
if you can neurologically map someone's brain and show that, like the example he uses is Islam, like making the women, walk around dressed in like full clothing all the time. Like if you can show that if you can show that neurologically changes someone, that's damaging to their like individual freedom in their brain, like if you can map their brain and show that, then the issue of whether or not it's religious freedom is moot, because you can show that it's bad, that it's negative.
Well, yeah, but that's part of the thing with belief. Is when you believe something, doesn't matter.
To do with belief.
No, it doesn't matter how much fact you put behind it. Belief's still going to happen because that's just what people do.
Well, at some point, you just don't allow people to have beliefs. I mean, you don't allow people. eventually you just have to stop giving people freedoms. I mean, that's how the world's going to have to work if humanity wants to stick around as long as it can. Is you just have to deny people certain freedoms. You don't have the freedom to, for instance, believe that every black helicopter you see is from the fucking one world government come to take you away. I mean, if you believe that, if you legitimately believe that, then we should take away certain freedoms of yours, like voting. Yeah, believe what you want to believe, but you shouldn't be allowed to have all the trappings of society if you're crazy or if your beliefs hurt the system as a whole.
Is that Harrison?
Yeah, he's crawling around under my feet.
Hey, Harrison. If you can't hear, you probably can't hear us. Fuck. We're terrible.
No, because he wants to talk to you right now. So.
We'll put him on.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Hold on.
That's not going to bode well.
Hey, what's going on, dude?
What you doing?
I am talking to your dad and Chris. Say hey, Chris.
Hey, Harrison.
What you?
Yeah, he was talking to you, dude. He was.
Yeah.
I got you a book, Harrison. I've got to mail it to you, so it'll be a while before you get it. But
What? You gave me a book.
yeah, I got you a book.
Which one is it?
I can't tell you. It's a surprise. You should get it in a few days, though, hopefully.
What is?
It's got cool pictures.
I need to finish that children's book. So, Harrison, I heard you were at my niece's birthday party yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Did you participate in the karate lessons?
Yeah. No.
No. Why not?
'Cause I don't like that. I wish I didn't get hurt.
So, dude, check this out. My sister went full throttle and gave Cheyenne a Ninja Turtle themed birthday party with karate lessons.
Nice.
Well, what else? What other games did you play while you were there?
I didn't play no games.
Why didn't you play any games? You have to socialize. Trust me, kid. It matters. You need to be able to date some chick later on in life, or you wind up like me, and it's just like, oh, what do I do?
Hello. What are you doing?
We are trying to talk to you. Can you hear us?
Yes. Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
What?
do you still like Iron Man and Spider-Man?
Where are you at?
I am at my house in Raleigh area, and Chris is at his house in Portland.
Hey.
Yeah, West
What's
Coast.
at my house?
I know he's at his house.
Well, hey.
Hey, do you still like Spider-Man and Iron Man, Harrison?
No, I'll be Batman.
Oh, you
Oh.
like Batman now, huh?
You have moved over to the Badanites.
He's going as Batman for Halloween.
Nice.
Ah.
You're going as Batman for Halloween, huh?
Which Batman? George Clooney
The black
Batman?
one. The black one. The white Batman.
Okay, so you don't want to go as the gray and blue Batman, huh? You want to go in the black outfit.
It's the Dark Knight Rises Batman costume.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So you're... Oh, crap, I forgot that actor's name. Oh, well.
I'm
Christian Bale?
Wilson.
Yes. You're Christian Bale Batman.
You talk to that. You not telling me that. You crazy thing.
Well, can we... well, can we talk to your daddy?
No, I like you.
Well, that was just creepy.
But yeah, look out. This week you should get that book I'm going to mail to you and your dad, so you should get it by the end of the week, hopefully.
We will video. Now I need to get it.
I can't get it to you right now. I live all the way across the country.
You didn't hit me right now.
It'll get there. It'll get there. Just be patient. Probably shouldn't have told you I was sending it to you, because now you're gonna harass Chris about it every day.
No, forget in like 10 minutes.
Hi. No, not you, him.
Huh?
What's up?
Do you, do you tell my brother and what, you told me tomorrow, take my book and put it in the mailbox. Can you tell me and then you play with me?
I can the next time I visit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know exactly when that'll be, but yeah. I will play with you the next time I get to visit.
Alright, but then which books is it? Is it a dinosaur one or a Batman one or a Hulk one? Or is it a Iron Man one?
Okay, I'll go ahead and spoil part of the surprise. It's to do with Star Wars. Do you like Star Wars?
Oh, nice.
No.
You don't like Star Wars?
Do you like Indiana
no,
Jones?
I like Benzers.
Well, we're gonna have to see if you like Star Wars then. Maybe after you see the book you'll like it more.
But I would like the Benzers.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has good pictures in it.
Do you hand me that?
What?
The Benzers.
The pictures?
No, this right there. The Benzers.
Yeah, my baby speak is not so,
No! I would talk to him all day.
I don't know that you want to talk to us all day. It'd probably get pretty boring for you after a little while, little man.
Well, it was good talking to you, Harrison.
But I want to talk to you. No. But I want to talk. I want to now.
It's okay, buddy. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, we will, and I'll be down later this year. Harrison.
See what you calls.
Let's put this on pause.
Out. It's like when Michelle told him like a month ahead of time about something we were going to do, and everyone we got up, are we going there today? 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 Are we going there today?
I just realized that we made a child cry and recorded it. Does that make us bad people?
West, you're always a bad person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, didn't go to your niece's birthday party. I was like, Wes, he was like, it's a lot different when you're around the corner. I was like, Wes, you could have paid for gas money with one less beer run. He was like, that's true.
You're not supposed to acknowledge it, West. You're supposed to get all scientific with that shit and be like, well, no, the beer only cost me like $10 and the gas would be like $25.
Yeah, it would be like 4 less beer runs. 5, 6. But no, it's not about the gas. It's I need to be here.
Yeah, because he's on call. He's like a doctor. He has
No,
to,
no,
he
I'm
has
not
to
on
be
call.
there.
It's just, I'm not. I'm gonna show up for a few hours with a 2-hour drive there and a 2-hour drive back. That's.
Well, it's the weekend, so
seems-
you could have stayed. I'm just gonna throw it out there as a possibility. It's
Yeah.
not like there's a portal
No, I'm
that said,
working.
West, you have to come back.
No, I'm working through.
We need you in Cary right now.
I'm working through
No other.
some other stuff at the moment, and I need to be close.
Had your first butt sex, did you?
Yeah, it hurt a lot.
I'm still
I kinda
I'm
liked
still
it.
waiting for them to invent jaunting. Once they do that, it's all gravy from there.
Hold on just a second. I'm gonna have to take care of a small child.
Oh yeah, mute that
Okay.
shit. Or don't. Did he? Yay! So you're listening to the Nerd Method podcast with West and
Chris.
yay, you got it this time. You can get in touch with us on what's the email? I forgot.
Hold
You
on,
forgot
let me make
too.
sure- let me make sure I know what it is without fucking it up. I have it on my phone.
I believe it is nerdmethodpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Methodpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, just email us if you want to talk to us.
We might want to re-record that. That's a clusterfuck failure right there.
I think it's a nice intro. I really think it's a nice intro. Oh.